Alright, hello there. I'm guessing that this is live now. Okay, saying pressed off by saying that not going to be voice chatting with friends anymore while doing this. It got a little bit too unfocused, and honestly, I wasn't really proud of the results, which is why I haven't actually posted them, even though they are technically on my channel. But anyway, today I'm going to be streaming more of my work on this. There are a few changes, first of all. Actually, if you notice, what used to be the lock-on cursor is, well, actually now kind of still a lock-on cursor, but you no longer need to press a button to bring it up. It pops up automatically for the closest enemy to you. And also I added this little animation for the mischiefs. I love it. Just having them leap across the ground, it's adorable. Though sometimes with the pathfinding, it has a tendency to lead them to keep running around in circles, but I don't even know if I want to fix it because it's kind of cute. And it actually fits with them really well. Also, switch out the attack animation slightly to where you now actually do move forward while you're attacking. So now you don't have to worry about being completely stationary. But the moving is just part of the attack animation. It's not independent of it. Thank you. Yeah, I guess for those unaware, I've been working on this for a while now. The Klonoa project is kind of on hold right now. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on with the series right now because there's the movie coming up, and it seems like it has a possibility of actually being canon since Hideo Yoshizawa is the supervisor of it. And unfortunately, if it ends up contradicting some plot points I have in my game, then that won't be good, because I was trying to make something that would actually fit in with canon, and if canon goes and changes on me, then that just doesn't work. But in the meantime, I've got this. This is a completely original idea. It's going to be a full-on action RPG. There's even customizable characters in it, but right now it's very simple. But yeah, it's been getting there slowly but surely, and actually sometimes quickly in some cases. Good Lord, it's hot in here. Keep constantly wiping sweat off my forehead. Oop, didn't want to do that. Yeah, I'm thinking probably Kamiko will come back for the movie. I mean, I certainly don't see why she wouldn't. Anyways, I was just about to make a little adjustment to this, because previously I was having it so that if you attack while you're facing close to an enemy, you'll look at them, but because this script and the one for the camera that controls the lock-on cursor weren't synced up, you can end up with cases where you're attacking an enemy that you aren't actually really looking at or meaning to attack. But I'm going to try to change that right now. And transform. No, it wasn't in here. It was in the interface control. So, all this here. Oops. I was clicking the wrong thing. Anyways, okay, yeah. Target's public transform, that's good. That's exactly what we want, because if it isn't public, then I can't access it from something else. But do I have anything set up to the interface in here? I do not, so let's change that. Alright, so the part is just tagged interface. So what we need to do in here is find where I've declared all the other things, just because I'm sort of OCD about this. Here we go. And just put in there interface control, C interface, and just copy that, go down to start, and that'll equal game object, dot find game object with tag, and then just type in interface. And then that'll be a dot get component and interface control. Alright, there we are. And that should just automatically find that once this script starts up. So now that that's in place, under here, transform dot look at it will be a new vector 3. Oops. Vector 3. There we go. And C interface dot target dot position dot x first of all, and then for the y value, instead of referencing the target, we reference the player's transform, because otherwise you end up with this weird thing where the character will rotate weirdly in kind of hard to explain it, but you'll essentially, the character will no longer be upright. It will actually rotate the character to face the enemy entirely, like not just a matter of turning towards him. You'll actually like be sort of skewed on the ground. But to do that, I like to reference it by the rigid body attached, because sometimes the rigid body and the transform aren't completely like intertwined. I mean, you really can use either, but I just prefer to do it this way. Y. And then we can just copy this part right here, paste that in, and change that to a .z. Alright, and that's in place there, and you can see the old code down there. There's a lot of that, and only this right now. Now, this won't do exactly what I'm wanting it to do just yet, but we can change that. Let's just try it right now to see how what we have so far works. Make sure everything's linking up correctly. Alright, I'm pressing the attack button, and yeah, I'm automatically turning towards that enemy. Now, I don't want it to actually happen right now with the enemy at a distance like that. I only want it to happen when, let's say, the player is within striking distance of it. And actually, that will go in with another change that I want to make. See, currently that target is always a black outline. I want to change it so that when the enemy is out of range, it becomes a gray outline. So, right here we have all script. This is what sets the position of the cursor and everything. It basically takes the position of the enemy that you're looking at, and it converts it into a vector 2 that goes in, that corresponds to the where it is on the screen, and then it just sets the target to wherever it is. But see here, right now that's just if it's not null, then it does all this, and if it is null, then it just sets everything to clear, so it just, you don't even see it. But yeah, I want to have a third possibility in between there, which is just turning it gray. Sorry about that. Good lord, it's still so sweaty. Even got my fan on and the window open. See here, first of all, I think I want to comment that part out just for right there, because yeah, these are right here. This is all stuff that I want to happen regardless of how close the enemy is. So I'll just leave all that stuff there, but just comment that part out, and then I'll copy this and paste it into the new part in just a bit. But we're just going to add another if statement. First of all is, all right, yeah, character control is referenced in here. Good, good. Okay, and so this only goes if we have a target. So we already know that, you know, can only get this far if the target is actually there. So then we say if, see here, vector3 dot distance, which this is a very handy little function. And I don't want to use their exact transforms, so I will need to create two new vector 3s within here as well. Which every time you create a vector 3 inside of one of these, you need to put the new in front of it. And now let's just go in here and look back at my attack function. Is physics overlap sphere transform dot position plus vector 3 up times 1. See, let's change this slightly. So vector 3 up times 1. I want to have that be times the height of the player's capsule divided by 2, so that'll give us the center point of the capsule, and so it'll throw out the hit collider from there. But yeah, this is more along the lines of what I want to do. Set target, damage, good, good. This is a new vector 3. see here. All this. Okay, so I don't actually have a direct reference to the player itself in here. However, what I can do is just take, say, player control there. And reference the transform of it. Oop. The transform? No, it's transform. X. And then for this next part, I'm just going to leave that as 0. Because I don't actually need to know the difference in the Y value. So there's the first part there. And let's go ahead and copy this and then edit it. I think that's one too many there. No, maybe that was just enough. Oh, right, because it's not done. Duh. Okay, and transform is target is already a transform, so just remove that part right there. Just say target.position. And then I want to say that if that distance between those is less the distance between those is less than the attack range, no longer red squigglies. Good. Okay, and yes, if it's less than that, and here's where I can copy this. Delta color, let's color dot black. And now we can just delete it up here. No need to leave it just completely commented out for the entire time. And also, I want to add another variable here. We're going to need target. And this will need to be a public one again. This will be a Boolean one. Which, if you aren't familiar, Boolean values are just simply true, false. You know, that's all that they can ever be. And I'm going to call this bool in range. So if it gets all this, I want to set the target color to black. And I also want to say that in range is equal to true. And now for the else statement, which is just what we'll execute in case the if value right here comes back as false. And if that happens, which, by the way, the target is referred to in here as the action dial because when I first created it, it had a completely different function, but I found that this worked really well, but I just never bothered to change the variable name that I had it under. That cow... I cannot spell today. Color equals color dot gray. And in range be equal to false. So I've got that part in here now. And now go back to character control and back here to the face enemy. And I'll need to add an if statement in here now. See. First, I'll need to check here. Something I didn't do before. First, I'll need to see if the target variable isn't equal to null, which just means that there's nothing in it. Because otherwise, it would try to access a value that isn't there. And the exclamation mark in front of an equal sign, it simply means not equal. And first, that's not equal to null. Then we'll have another if statement, which is called nesting if statements. And with this, I don't need to say if it's equal to true. When you reference a Boolean variable like this, then it automatically assumes that you're looking for true, which is kind of handy, saves some time. And if you want to look for the false, then you just put an exclamation mark in front of it. And now I just want to take this right here. Paste that in. So now you should only look at the target if, first of all, the target in the interface isn't a null value, and also if it's in range. So, and let's save all that. Go back into the main Unity engine here. And go ahead and hit play. And it'll probably take it a moment here just to compile everything. Alright, we're back in. Now let's see here. Okay, and that's showing up as gray. Good, good. And oh, you know what? Just realized. Because I forgot something when I do the attack function, it's only looking for this capsule part right here. So basically, if it hits anywhere within this radius on an enemy, then it'll go ahead and do damage. However, the transform of the character is always just right at their feet, like right in the center here. So it's only recognizing you as being close when you're like literally overlapping them, even though you can actually face them and do damage a lot sooner than that. So let's find a way around that. Let's go back in interface. Okay, so it's got distance and everything. Currently it's saying if it's less than player controlled attack range. But let's encapsulate this. Attack range. This will be attack range plus the target get component capsule collider dot radius. Okay, so now this not only takes the attack range into consideration, but also adds on the extra distance that the capsule collider of each enemy gives it. So let's try this again. Don't know if you just heard that. My bearded dragon is jumping around in her terrarium. Alright, let's see now. Still needs a little bit something more. Let's just look back at the character here. Let's go again to the attack function. Okay, no wonder. Yeah, okay, yeah, the attack range the main position of the sphere that casts is set to its range. then also the attack range is also its radius. So it's essentially doubling this. However, even that has an easy solution. Times 2. Now let's see. Any minute here. There we go. All right, now it's working. If you could also see right there, the dial here, sections of it disappear as the enemy's health goes down. And actually, know what I want to increase the amount of the sphere cast. Yeah, currently has an overlap sphere. Position. Because yeah, it kind of stops right when the enemy is a little bit past the character. Or a little bit in front, depending on where the camera is. Okay, now this is more like what I want. All right. Don't think I need this to be 10 though. I can probably just have that be 6. And Lizard is jumping around again. Yeah, this is more like what I want. Okay, that actually worked out really well. Actually, for the new people here, I can show off some of the character creator here. It's extremely simple currently. And I have the wrong material set for that, but oh well. Yeah, you can select from hairstyles. There's only 3 so far. It's, like I said, it is really simple right now. And actually the eye one, there's nothing in here for this. At least not yet. But the face part, it ever so slightly changes your facial look. Like right now, this is supposed to be a little rabbit nose. It's kind of hard to tell right now, but this one is feline. Then I have a canine one where the nose is more rounded, and also the muzzle sticks out a little bit more, whereas it's a little bit more pressed in with the lapine. Body also doesn't work. It's only currently mammalian bodies in here, though you can change the tail. Like I said, very, very simple right now. I'm gradually adding more and more parts, though. Let's go back in here. Area 1. Let's just look at the comments here. Alright, seems to be nothing but some good comments in here. Actually, over here, though, I was testing water. Not sure which fits better. I've got this prefab water right here, which this is something that came with Unity, and it's definitely more like realistic looking. And it also has that nice reflective feature. That's kind of cool. There's also using this. This obviously doesn't have the reflective nature. It's a little bit more with the art style, though, and it's transparent. But I can't really decide which to use. And I did not mean to do that. Probably look at it more in game to see. The only downside, one of the main downsides is that because of the shader this is using, when you tilt the camera slightly, it kind of changes color like that. You can get rid of then. Put that back in place. But yeah, that's. I mean, it looks nicer. It's more realistic, but it's more realistic. It doesn't really fit with everything else, at least I don't think. But yeah, I love the reflection, but just doesn't entirely fit with, this sort of cartoony, simple detail look that I have. Actually, hold on. Let's hide that again. Bring this back. I wonder what would happen if I got rid of the normal map. Let's take another look in here. Okay, it does kind of weird things with the shader when you go inside of it. It suddenly makes the outlines huge. And of course, there's really nothing underneath. Yeah, that's kind of odd. I don't know, I guess I'll try to make something of my own. Oh, simple. Oh. It's reflective. Let's see how this looks. That looks a bit better. Wonder if I mess with texture size. Okay, that just affects the reflection. Okay, now you actually don't show up through the water. I wonder again if I remove this. I wonder what wave scale does. Okay, so this is. Just kind of tinkering around with this, seeing what everything does. And that doesn't do anything really. Kind of fits a little bit more than the other was. And I'm slowly sinking. That just kind of looks like ice. Okay, so that's what this looks like for the water. Actually, I wonder if I'd be able to edit this. Maybe we can make the contrast between the colors a little bit more obvious, I suppose would be the word. Or just higher contrast, but make it like just appear simpler. That could make it fit in. The heck? Okay, never mind that for right now then. These are all Photoshop files. Figures. I'm trying to think about how I would go about this myself, but well. Yeah, I guess things are kind of quieting down now, but I was glad I was able to show all this off at least. Should probably cut the stream off here. Less time than I usually do, but I guess people are busy today, but like I said, I'm glad that I was able to show off all this stuff at least. And working really hard on it this week, and hoping to continue that, and I'll hopefully show a lot more come next week. And I'm hoping to get back to normal streaming times, or do it Saturday and Sunday. But anyways, I'm glad that you all were able to come, and I will see you all later.